Lines drawn on a map are always clean, but the real world has currents that a map can't capture. A border on paper can't hold back a cyclone. Merely having a coastline doesn't make it resilient. The Indo-Pacific has always been more than its coordinates. It is lived in, nurtured, and thriving. Here, capacity builds the grid, but capability gives it scale. Welcome to Day 1 of the Indo-Pacific Regional Dialogue 2025, where strategy is charted through latitude in thought and plotted through meridians of cooperation. We begin by bringing apex-level focus to our deliberations, and are reminded that maritime strategy is neither crafted alone nor built overnight. It is cultivated through collaboration, shaped by trust, and strengthened through the will to build, share, and grow together. As this vision sets the tone, the dialogue opens with a question that transcends geography. How can nations ensure maritime security when the seas themselves are shifting? As oceans become both highway and hazard, maritime security now depends as much on climate foresight as on naval force. It calls for cooperative endeavor, where technology, training, and trust travel together. For a map defined not by ownership, but by alignment, where infrastructure, information, and intent all share the same legend. How can we build capacity to create strength and enhance capability to ensure that this strength endures? Across the Indo-Pacific, 4 regions share one tide: climate change. In Japan, where tectonic plates and tempests constantly redraw the shoreline, the armed forces learn to scale their response to the storm, balancing defense readiness with disaster relief. On this map, adaptation becomes its own axis. Indonesia's islands hold lessons satellites can't ever hope to communicate. When every reef and channel becomes a coordinate of community, local knowledge becomes a living contour, proof that capability is as much human as it is technical. For South Africa, regional networks like AIMS 2050 become the new grid lines, tracing how shared drills and data can turn scattered efforts into a continent-wide projection of stability. And in Bangladesh's low-lying deltas, where every monsoon redraws the boundaries, preparedness becomes a daily act of cartography, mapping shelters, routes, and response systems anew each year. Where resilience is measured not in defenses, but in recovery from the daily onslaught of climate change. Together, these perspectives remind us to see climate cooperation not as charity, but as collective insurance for the future of maritime security. As we unfold the map, hierarchies dissolve and the conversation widens. Hosted by the Director General of the National Maritime Foundation, Chopal Ki Charcha evokes dialogue without the weight of formal diplomacy. Here, candor predominates as leading authorities from Germany, BIMSTEC, France, and the Netherlands each bring the realism of governance to the idealism of dialogue. How do we translate intent into infrastructure, technology into trust, climate commitments into command readiness? Watch as capacity meets capability without ceremony, and the coordinates of cooperation are recharted in real time. As the day draws to a close, we are reminded that maritime security isn't fixed by lines of control, but by lines of communication. Policy must build infrastructure that adapts and partnerships that endure, because the map is not the territory, and no single nation can hold the tide alone.